Okay, let me see. Right. Hi, Riders, again. This time, because everybody's ranting now, Darkstream got a rant out, Little Liver's got a rant out, everybody's doing rants now, I figure I'll go ahead and get mine done. I'm going to rant about movie critics. Now, I'm not going to rant about movie critics themselves, I'm going to rant about the people that flip out over what movie critics say. Now, I agree that sometimes a movie critic's opinion, some of them, their opinions can be biased, depending on what one you look at. If you look at someone like, say, Roper, or some of the critics from the U.S. Weekly, that's a perfect example right there. Yeah, they are very biased. They will come out and give movies that you like a horrible rating, or movies that people in general like, or hated, bad ratings, just for the people. But when it comes to something like, say, Siskel and Ebert, yeah, they are completely different. They don't give... Now, the one thing I will say about Siskel and Ebert is that when it came to the 90s, and they were reviewing movies in the 90s like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Black Sheep, Tommy Boy, mostly Adam Sandler and Chris Farley movies, they ripped them hard. And the only reason I can respect that is because they're not really hip to the new 90s. I myself grew up in that era, so I find those movies funny as hell. But that's me. I find people flipping out even just because they say certain reasons as to why they don't like Happy Gilmore. They don't like 90s comedy. That's a certain reason. People flip out going, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? That's a great movie. You just don't know what you're talking about. Nowadays, well, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, you could just say one thing about a movie somebody likes, saying, like, writing's a little bad. You don't know what you're talking about. The effects were horrible. You don't know what you're talking about. What else? What did they say? George A. Romero is starting to look like a zombie. This review sucks. If you ever make fun of George A. Romero again, I'll fucking kill you. Yeah, okay, buddy, come on. Yeah. Nowadays, I watch ones like Spill and Fury of the Film Fan. I'm subscribed to him on YouTube, and he's actually a pretty good reviewer. So is Spill. I think Spill is pretty unbiased when it comes to films. Now, they've gotten pretty popular since about a year ago, and I've already seen hateful comments thrown at them. I think probably their worst last year probably went to Bride Wars and Indiana Jones. People flipped out because they said they liked Indiana Jones. So they liked Indiana Jones. I mean, it's not the best movie I've ever seen. It's entertaining. I mean, shouldn't that be enough? You can't just say, just because you don't like it, they shouldn't like it either, right? And I have to say Bride Wars came this year. Anyways, Bride Wars came out at the beginning of this year. They ripped it hard, and they did good reason. Pretty much every critic ripped into that movie. There are like maybe 2, 4, 3 reviews from women that actually gave it a good review. I had like one girl that actually did a bad review. The rest of the ones that did a review were girls, and they flipped shit just because they said they didn't like the movie. Bride Wars was a terrible movie. In my opinion, it was. If you liked it, the only reason they liked it is because it pretty much symbolizes what, I hate to sound sexist here, but it pretty much symbolizes what overprotective women are like. Basically, the ones that feel as though they want to get into that dress and get married. Basically. And Spill had said that, actually, in that review. That's exactly what they said. It's a primer for crazy self-centered girls. That's probably one of the reasons why they flipped out. That's my guess. But another one which one was it? Yeah, another one that Fury the Film Fan got shit over was Meet the Spartans. Had mostly 13 or 14-year-old kids flipping out just because he didn't like the movie, which everybody can agree with me. that both Meet the Spartans and Disaster Movie were fucking horrible. Right there. Now, I will say this. When it comes to critics to the mostly unbiased critics, I won't flip out over it, but I will see, I will disagree with them and see my reasons. Perfect example of that. Crank 2, when that came out, I thought the movie was great. Now, certain reviewers on YouTube just ripped it a new one for stupid reasons. They ripped it a new one because they were complaining about the frenetic editing style. I personally thought the frenetic editing style was unique to the movie. A lot of them complained about, we didn't see that much. We didn't see, or we've seen, or shit. There are all the shit we saw in the movie. We've seen everywhere else. Like, so just because you saw it in the movie doesn't mean anything. Or just because you saw it in a different movie, like vulgar images, vulgar themes, like there's a scene where two people are fucking during a horse rally. That's funny. It's funny to me, and not to mention it's really surreal movie. It's also like the movie. It's also has a scene where the characters turn into Godzilla, and that was supposed to be funny, not serious. I still don't understand what they hated about that one. But, just wish that people wouldn't flip out over what a critic says. I mean, if what a critic says bothers you that much, maybe you shouldn't be watching movies at all. Or for that matter, maybe you shouldn't be watching TV. Especially back in the 90s and 80s when Siskel and Ebert were around. Now, those guys were good reviewers in my opinion. Now, not everything they said I agreed with, but it wasn't that big a deal. Same thing with Spill. Not everything they said they reviewed I agreed with. One of them, I guess you could guess, is Twilight. They were easy on that because they were trying to cater to the Twitards. It's no big deal about that, but I personally disagreed. But that was me. I just wish folks wouldn't get so bent out of shape over their favorite movie. Hell, I didn't even know movies had fanboys. I mean, like, a certain movie, not even a series of movies. And I don't count Twilight on that, because I already know that has fangirls. But I didn't know movies in general had fanboys. Like, The Family Man. I thought that was a terrible movie. I think most of Nicolas Cage's recent movies are terrible. I personally have given up on that guy. But people are still flipping out over him. Because we don't like the movie that they like. I really wish they would stop that. But anyways, I think that was my rant, and that's Tyrants 2. I will catch you later.